Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. And today my guest star is Linda Simpson.
Hi, everyone.
So, how are you doing today, Linda?
I'm really well, thank you. It's quite warm here today. It's been dull. I'm in the UK, and it's been quite dull, and the sun always decides to come out at tea time. So, but it's just it's okay. We've had a good day.
So, what time is it over there?
It is just gone 7 p.m. here in the UK, so I'm 6 hours ahead of you.
Okay. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. And let's
Hi,
see, Crystal's
Crystal.
here. Hi, Crystal. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? But yeah, here it's a little cooler than usual because it's 86 degrees right now. So like the temperature hasn't been as hot.
No. It's
But
about it's been in the low 70s here today.
I'm ready for that cooler weather to start hitting. I'm ready
Yeah.
for fall.
I'm very much a summer baby. I love the hot weather.
You love the hot weather,
Yeah.
but but then too, I don't like it when it gets too cold either. I kind of like that where it's cool.
Yeah, just that nice in between. In between. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's
Hmm.
just nice. Yeah.
That's
Me
why I prefer fall. Where spring is the next season that I would pick, but springs, especially in Louisiana, get hot.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
early spring, it's more cool, but the closer to summer,
yeah. Because then
yeah.
spring's leading into summer. So as spring leads into summer, it gets warmer and warmer. So, but we go for a walk. Um, we my husband and I we go for a walk 4 times a week, and today we could definitely feel the autumnal chill in the air.
Let's see.
You could tell it's just another couple of weeks, and we're going to have to start wearing coats and that. So yeah. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela. How are you doing today? She's still knitting on her stitch marker holder,
Nice.
but yeah, it's quite a ways before we'll start wearing jackets here.
Oh yeah. Well, the way I feel over the past 10 years, the seasons are totally different to when we were kids. I mean, kind of when it was winter, and when it was summer. Whereas now it's kind of, you get a bit of winter in spring, and you get a bit of spring in summer, and then you get, the seasons are all changing. Definitely are.
Let's see. Hi, Deanna, and hi, Gina. How are y'all doing today? And
Hi, ladies.
what are y'all currently working on? So, do y'all get a lot of the beautiful foliage with the leaves changing colors?
Oh yeah, I love fall for that reason. Nature is it's just amazing. The colours and that, and a nice cold crisp day, you go for a walk and you see um you know the squirrels running up the trees, and the conkers running around with the conkers, and the acorns, and it's nice. Yeah,
Unfor-
we enjoy our fall walks.
Unfortunately, we don't get the beautiful foliage in Louisiana. It goes from green to brown.
Mm-hmm. No, we're really lucky here in the UK. You know, it goes from greens to yellows to oranges and reds and burgundies and browns. Yeah, amazing.
The beautiful leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Deanna says she's finishing up her basket weave lap gown.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
nice.
You're going to have to send me a picture of it whenever you're finished, Deanna. But you want to go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and your channel?
Yeah. Well, I think you all know that I'm from the UK, and I've been knitting for 50 odd years, crocheting for since I was in my 20s, but I only ever crocheted with fine cotton, making doilies and pillowcase edgings and things. And then in November of last year, I started to crochet with yarn, and I found a new passion. And my channel has got, before I joined the crochet community, I was a mixed media artist, and I made cards and canvases and altered art. So on my channel you'll find an assortment of videos from card making, mixed media, colouring using different mediums, Copics, paints, acrylic paints, and that watercolors. So there is a wide variety of videos on my channel. And then in November, obviously, I started joining the crochet community. So now I do book reviews, I do tutorials, yarn hauls. I do a podcast every Sunday, and I have a live every Wednesday, and I do about 3 videos a week and that. And this year, the beautiful Gina from Knitting Turnpike and I are doing the Simpson Turnpike Knit Along, which is the Ashton Shawl by the talented Dee O'Keefe. And that the response we've had for people joining us for that has been amazing. We really are absolutely overwhelmed by how many people have decided to jump on board. So that's just me. You'll find me very happy every day here in my crochet nook.
Yeah, I would love to join in on one of those, the knit alongs or crochet alongs one day. But like
Yeah.
I always seem to have like all the, my projects planned out, and I don't know. I'm hoping maybe next year I might
Yeah.
get to join in or on some. But yeah, and isn't there another challenge that you have going on right now?
I'm Ursula V and Brenda have the challenges, and at the beginning of this year, I kind of picked a challenge which for me was granny squares. I've never done granny squares before, and I decided to make a blanket, granny square blanket, and I'm using a number, I think it's a number 2. Is it a 2 weight or a 1 weight? It's a number 1 weight yarn, and I've made, by the time I've finished, I'll have made 254 of these squares, and I've joined them together to make and then so all my squares will be finished by next month, October, and then I've got November and December before the year's challenge finish to do the trim around the edges. So that was my challenge for this year. I'm also going to be doing Anya Ophelia Talks. Anya from Ophelia Talks. She has got the Lizzie blanket cal starting on my birthday, the 24th of September. So I'm going to be taking part in that as well. I like to keep busy.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
And let's see. Gina's saying that the leaves in her area do the same thing, green to brown.
Yeah, yeah.
And Deanna says, sounds fun. I need to check out all your crafts.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And
I'm sure there's
Crystal,
something for everybody on my channel, because I it was just I have to be doing something. I can't sit and watch a video or the television and not be doing something. I've got to be doing something, otherwise I get fed up. I get bored really easy, very bad.
Crystal, can you go ahead and drop Linda Simpson's link so that way anyone watching that hasn't checked her out yet can go check her out and hopefully throw some yarn in her window.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, for me right now, I'm still working on knitting um that shawl and the number one weighted yarn.
Yeah.
Um, I did finish the cable and lace shawl.
Oh, nice.
I still need to block it, which I'm gonna film my knitting Friday video today. I'm a day late. But I'll show y'all what it's looking like, and once I get it blocked, then I'll let everyone see the difference with it blocked, and then
Yeah.
I'll start like posting pictures of it, like in the Facebook groups I'm in and stuff.
Yeah.
Then with crochet, I was working on my temperature blanket yesterday, and I thought I would have enough yarn to get done with this past week's rows, and I ran out.
Oh no. That's just not good, is it?
No, and I was hoping that by the time that like before I ran out of yarn, that the temperatures would start dropping.
So, excuse me. Oh, I thought I was going to
God
sneeze.
bless you.
No, you could just feel it there. And I was like, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I was hoping that we'd start getting cooler temperatures where I wouldn't need any more of that color for this year.
But you're going
But
to have to get some more.
and then right now, like Joann's doesn't have any good deals on it, and even like the shipping, I don't think there's any good deals on the shipping. So I
No.
don't know. I might wait a little longer to get it.
Yeah, yeah. Because the Joann's usually do have some good deals. I mean, um, I have visited Joann's and Hobby Lobby and Michael's when I used to visit my friend in Florida. So I have been to the stores before. So, hey, many years ago, quite a few years ago now.
Let's see. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? And what are you currently working on?
Hi,
But yeah,
Kelly.
so so I've been working on the blanket now that I've been designing. So I'm working on that, and I don't know tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to work on that one on my peppermint blanket, but
Yeah.
I know I'm definitely going to work on my peppermint blanket at least one day this week.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to hopefully finish the squares to this row of the granny square blanket that I'm making. And tomorrow I'm going to be knitting my Ashton shawl because I need to get chart 2 finished. I've still got 60 rows to do, but I'll get that done. I'm quite a quick knitter.
I wish I was faster at knitting and crocheting than what I am.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Kelly saying she's working on the hat that she frogged starting over. Aw.
Oh, I know why can't frogging and crocheting back up to what you've frogged be the same time? It takes no time to frog it, but to crochet it back to where you've frogged it from takes forever.
But it's actually
Yeah,
easier to frog with crochet than knitting.
yeah, it
I
is.
do, I do not like frogging and knitting.
Oh, I can't. The trick to that is to
The
have your
lifeline.
lifelines.
I need to start
That
doing
saves you
that.
a lot of time, especially if you're doing lace work, because after you've done the set, you can put a lifeline and then do another set and do another lifeline. So if you make a mistake, kind of, you're not taking it all the way down, or kind of, because it's so easy in knitting to frog it and over frog it.
Hmm. And
Hmm.
that's the thing. It's like I really do. I need to start using lifelines with knitting,
Yeah,
especially with when you get into like the fancier stitching, because that's where if I make a mistake, it's harder for me to fix.
yeah, yeah.
And let's see, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. How are you
Hi,
doing
Lisa.
today?
Nice to see you.
And what are you currently working on, Lisa? Oh, actually, she already answered that. She said she's on her third mug of coffee and my throw blankets for the VA. Awesome. Yeah, I just have one cup, which I may get me another cup after this afternoon.
Yeah.
And Kelly says she had never heard of using a lifeline until recently.
Yeah, they are.
What?
They are, especially in knitting. They're really, really invaluable, especially if it's lace work. Yeah, and especially if you're new as well.
Because
If you're new,
it kind of makes me think of like for those that cross stitch, where if you do kind of like on your fabric like 5 by 5 graphs, it makes it a lot. Well, I haven't actually done this yet, but it's supposed to make it a lot easier to keep count of tracking your stitch, counting your stitches.
yeah,
And but what's funny is like you know back when I learned how to cross stitch as a kid, I never knew of that method. So I've always done it without. I didn't
yeah.
find out I didn't find out about it until like the Facebook groups.
I've done lots. I've done really big cross stitches. I did. The last time I cross stitch must be about 20 odd years ago. But I've got cross stitches all in my hall and landing, and as you come up the stairs, I've got on the wall, as you go down the stairs, I've got the wall, and I've got cross stitches. I've got cross, yeah. I've got done a lot of cross stitches, and I just followed the graph, and after I did the square and that, I just ticked it off. Just followed from the center out.
But sometimes, like I'll end up miscounting, and then you
Yeah.
gotta start pairing out, which is no fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Deanna says, my mom really wants the peppermint blanket. I felt intimidated by it, but now that
You'll
I'm
make.
making it, I'll be able to get help when needed. Yeah, if y'all go to make the peppermint blanket, I'll do what I can to help y'all with it. Because my personal opinion, the tutorial, that's the video tutorial, I don't find that it really showed clearly where you're sticking your hook at. And like I know I had a hard time figuring out what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if y'all decide to try it, just like send me an email if y'all struggling with it.
Yeah.
But like once you see what you're doing on, because pretty much each section there's 10 rows you're doing. But once you see how figure out those 10 rows, you really like you probably should be okay because you just got like different edgings you put on them. But that really hasn't been that difficult what you're doing on it, at least not so for what I've done. And then of course attaching everything.
Yeah.
But but the majority of the blanket It's those 10 rows.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa says she's been up since 7:30, which
Mm.
I think that's about the time that I got up this morning. I think it was about 7:30.
Yeah. Hi,
And
Amy.
hi, Amy. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Crystal just dropped Linda's link, so
Thank you.
make sure y'all go check her out and throw some yarn in her window. So, you want to go ahead and ask the first question, Linda?
I'll ask the first question. Or you, right? Okay. Where were you when the Twin Towers fell?
And on the questions, when you ask them, you answer first, then I answer. And the questions I ask, I'll answer first, and then you answer.
Sorry, so repeat that. So I've asked the question. You're going to answer, or do you want me to answer it?
No, you ask the questions you ask, you answer first,
Okay.
and then I'll answer. And if I ask the questions I ask, I'll answer first, and then you answer.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry
Sorry
about
about that,
that.
guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So, where were you when the Twin Towers fell? I was actually on holiday in Gran Canaria, and we'd come up from the beach for lunch, and we noticed there were the televisions, there were people surrounding the televisions, and we didn't have a clue. And when we found out, it was just, we were devastated. We were just, the whole of the complex were just in shock. We were just all sitting watching the news as it was, playing, because it was well televised, and it just, a sick, horrible feeling in your stomach, and it just kind of, everything was just kind of, the holiday stopped that day. And I'm not sure if I'm explaining right, but it kind of, everything was really somber, and I'm not saying it put a damper on the day, because it didn't. I don't mean it like that. What I mean is that it made us all realize, oh my, what, why has it happened? All them people, and it just made us all really sick to our stomach. And I think in the evening, everybody just stayed in their apartments or the hotel rooms watching the news. And it was, it really brought home that, like, you've just got to live your life. And it was, we did shed a few tears, because a lot of people lost their lives that day, really did. And we, it's just, I can't explain how I feel for all of my American friends.
For me, I was going to technical college, and I kept hearing people talking about something going on, but I couldn't really catch what was going on. And then, like, they actually had a TV out where people were hovering around the television, and like it was lunchtime, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why is there a TV? And then, like, some of my friends told me, and I mean, I was just in shock, and I mean, that everything with 9/11, I mean, that it was horrible.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, that's all you saw on TV. And I got to the point where I couldn't watch it anymore. It was just too sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was like turn the TV off or turn it on a channel that wasn't showing it. Because I mean, it was too much. But I mean, all those poor innocent people that lost their
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah. I mean, all those, I mean, it wasn't only the people in the office block, it was pilots, it was the police, it was the firemen, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I think it affected somebody in every walk of life, whether you were professional, or a person standing by, office worker. It just affected so many people in that area. It was just unbelievable, you know, how something like that can cause so much devastation and heartache. I think it's the heartache that's the most, that still lives on today, and it will live on for another forever, I think, you know. It's just, it was just devastating, you know.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, like the fact that rescue people lost their lives,
I
those
know.
trying to help those.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you know, kind of even the comments, you know, people are at work, children can't understand why the mums are crying, you know, while they watch, you know, the young children can't comprehend what they're actually seeing, you know. And Amy's lost, you know, I think we all know somebody who lost somebody in a 9/11, you know, and my heart just goes out to each and every one of them. Really does.
let's see, Jody's here. Hi, Jody. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Caitlin's here too. How are you, Caitlin? And let's see. Crystal says she was in the ninth grade in the high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
And Deanna says, I was at home with my children. It was so very sad. My kids couldn't understand why I was crying.
Yeah.
And Amy says, I was working with developmental disabled individuals, getting them ready to go to workshop. One of the nonverbal ladies tapped my back, screamed, and pointed at TV. I froze.
Yeah.
Wow. And Jody says she was at the nursing home on 9/11. I was very scared that day. Were you in the area that it happened, Jody?
Yeah.
And Kelly says we were on the phone and watching news, terrified because we believed my little brother to be on that plane. Oh my! Found out a little later that at the last minute he had switched flights with someone else.
Wow.
Oh,
You know,
and Amy says many of them didn't get why any of workers were crying. I lost a military buddy that day, Sergeant Franklin Penny from Dominican Republic. Rest in peace. Aw. And Crystal says, being the 20th anniversary, getting tongue tied, being the 20th anniversary of 9/11, I am really hoping nothing happens like that happens again today. Yeah. And
yeah.
hopefully nothing like that ever happens again at all.
No. No.
And Lisa said the base locked down right after that.
Yeah. I bet it did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
There's just no words to.
exactly.
There just aren't there? Are there?
Yeah, it is a good thing that he had switched flights.
Yeah. Something must have just made him decide to change his flight. You know.
And then it makes me curious if anyone knows of anyone that was on any of those flights. I mean, I
Mm,
know, like, there are like people that are watching this video
yeah,
and they knew anyone on the flights.
that must have been, I mean, to be on that flight must have been horrendous for them.
Jody says, "No, I live in Virginia, but you never know. I am not far from NASA Norfolk Naval Base."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hmm.
So now we're going to move on to some happier questions.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the next question is, do you have any pets? And tell us a little about your pets. Well, most of y'all know I have two cats, Allie and Sophie. Allie, Allie's more my aloof cat, where she kind of likes to find a spot and just chill and kind of be left alone, but she does typically let you like come up to her and pet her, but she kind of likes more small doses of attention.
Hmm.
And then, if she gets aggravated, she will growl and hiss, especially at Sophie, because she's not very nice to Sophie. And then you got Sophie, Miss Lovebug herself. She loves watching outside, which actually today, whenever I do my Knitting Friday video, I'm going to tell y'all what she did a few days ago. So be on the lookout of her latest adventures. But yeah, she's a big love bug. Um, so that's my pets. How about you, Linda?
I have actually got two cats too. Mine are called Fluffy, who is white with tortoise shell markings. She's my princess. She is I've had her since she was this big. And when we got her, she was really little white ball of fluff. And
Oh,
I said to my husband, what are we going to call her? And he said Fluffy. And I can do anything with Fluffy. I can squeeze her, hug her. She's my cat, and she is adorable. She's getting she's 8 now, and she enjoys her creature comforts at home. Um, she'll come and stand on the side of my recliner, and she'll look at me, and I'm crocheting or knitting away, and I can feel these eyes, look at me, mother, look. And I look at her and she butts me, and I butt her back, and then we have our little cuddle, and then she just lies on the arm of the chair, and she's happy because I'm sat there. George, he's tortoise. He's a little daddy's boy. Doesn't like
oh.
mummy. Oh no, doesn't like mummy. Only likes mummy when mummy has got treats. But he loves his daddy. Loves Rick. So he'll be sat on Rick's recliner with Rick, and I've got Fluffy. And Fluffy will actually walk across Rick, my husband, to get to me. She just walks over him. George just looks at me, and I say, "Hiya, George." I mean, I love both of them, but George is definitely a daddy's boy. Definitely a daddy's boy.
I call Sophie Frank's girlfriend. Well, I mean, Sophie's affectionate to both of us, but like there's times where Sophie wants Frank, and I'm like, go to your boyfriend, Sophie. Go to your boyfriend.
But Fluffy is older than George, and they play so well together, and kind of they'll have a mad half hour, and they're running, and they're rough and tumble, and Fluffy will just go like that onto George's head, and that's enough. That's a way of saying enough, calm down, I've had enough now.
No,
And that's
no
it.
one thing Sophie loves to do. She loves giving her kitty massages with her
Yeah.
paws, or like Bangladeshis
You
making
like,
biscuits.
and you get up and you've got kind of nice claw marks in your legs when they've been pawing you. Oh, she loves it when I'm crocheting a blanket. She loves it because she'll sit on my knee and she's clawing me and you know, and I'm thinking, my legs. I get up and I've got like little blood marks through my PJs.
When they lose their balance on you.
Oh dear.
Let's see. Bye, Amy. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah,
And,
bye, Amy. I think
and
she
let's
went
see.
a while
And,
ago. Hi, Chris. Hi, Granny D. Hello, sweetie. How are you?
and Angie too. How are all of y'all doing? And what are y'all currently working on? And let's see. Deanna saying how she could never understand the mentality of the people responsible for like 9/11. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I know exactly where you're coming from with that as well.
And let's see. And Kelly saying it was awful and so thankful he was okay, but so heartbroken for everyone else that fateful day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And let's see. Granny D likes my beanie.
uh, tis
And,
stars and stripes.
yeah, this was a knitted pattern, and there was actually three variations that you could do on this one. And like I did this one for me, and Frank has one. His is a little different.
Yeah. Well, I've just finished knitting a hat.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Love it.
I'm not really a big hat wearer. I will in the winter, especially if it's cold when I go for my walk.
I wish I had like the really pretty like hat hair. You know how you see those with like the long hair, and it's just like the hat just like fits so
They've
perfectly with
got
the
the long
hair.
hair and that, and well, mine's not quite long. Well, it's shrunk with the curls, but it is quite long, but it's shrunk with the curls, so it
And
is
that's
what it is.
kind of like with headbands. Like I can't like wear like the knitted or crochet headbands with my hair down because my hair's so thin. So like normally whenever I wear a headband, I have to like pull my hair back and then wear it.
Yeah.
My hair just does not do right now.
Wow. Jodie's got 7 cats. 5 of them are yellow, 1 brown tabby, and a long hair grey cat and 1 dog. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, 61 pounds and sits on your lap. Oh dear, Jodie.
that kind of reminds me. When Frank was a truck driver, we were at this truck stop, and all of a sudden you see like this lady walking. Like there must have been about 7 to 10 dogs, and they were all in like the rig, and like whenever they were driving away, I mean, you just like saw like dogs in the windshield on the dash, type thing, and it was just like, I was sitting there wondering, okay, does DOTD allow that? I mean, I know you can have like one or two pets, but that was a lot for a rig
Yeah, yeah.
where it could start, being a safety thing. And Deanna says, I have a dog. She is Palm and Pug. She was very tiny when I got her. Everyone would say, oh, how precious. So that became her name. Precious is 3. Aww.
Well, believe it or not, Deanna, Fluffy was called Precious when she was born. And even today, I'll often slip up and call her Precious. But when we got her, she was born in the August and we got her in the October. So for that 2 months, she was precious. And even today, I still say my precious Fluffy. And she knows I'm talking about her because she kind of preens herself, Mummy's little princess. She is. I love her to bits.
Yeah, it's like Allie. Allie seems to be more like all prim and proper, and Sophie's the one that's just more
The
like
rough and tumble one.
Grady says she's doing great working on David Browning's Moss Stitch Triangle Shawl. Yahoo Moss Stitch is a different shape for me at least. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
interesting. Okay. And
Hi,
Kelly,
Susan Burke.
what was that?
Susan's just popped in. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you today? And what are you currently working on? Kelly's saying she has two, a 10-year-old pit bull named Rambo and a half pit, half lab named Piper. She is 8 years old. I also have four other pit bulls of my brothers I've been caring for.
Wow,
Nice.
Kelly. Wow, that's a house full.
Okay.
That is a house full.
Okay. You had read Jody's comment.
Uh-huh.
Angela says, I have two cats, Lily Man and Grayson. And Grayson's mom comes in and her babies, but you can't catch the babies. The mom's cat will let you pick her up.
Oh.
And Granny D says, I wanted to make a raffia sun hat this summer, but couldn't find the raffia I wanted. Found a pretty one on eBay, but it's only one ball, and I'm sure I need more.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's like they make it hard when we run out of stuff or we need more of something.
Yeah.
And let's see.
So, shall I ask the next? I'll ask the next question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What crochet or knitting projects are on your to-do list? Well, crochet on my to-do list are crochet. I want to crochet a tunic. I want to do a sweater, and I want to do another blanket. Knitting, I want to do more lace shawls, some more socks, because I've only ever knitted one pair, and again I want to do some knitted sweaters, but from the neck down. So I want to start here and work down and separate for the arms and that, because I've only ever knitted sweaters where you do the front, the back, the sleeves and sew them all together, but I want to do one all in one without the seams. How about you, Connie?
I want to tell Jeannie hi. I saw she just popped in. How are you doing today, Jeannie? And what are you currently working on? For me, for knitting, after I finish the two blankets I'm working on, I'll probably start working on my first Afghan.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would like to do the blanket that looks like the blanket on Roseanne, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that one like after the Afghan because I think I'm gonna kind of be like burnt out on blankets at that point
Yeah.
where I probably start working on like either beanies or shawls or ponchos for a while.
Yeah.
um, but oh yes, speaking of crochet, there is this beautiful shawl, and I had talked about it on one of my videos one time, and I put the link in the description box. But it had like pretty like flowers on it, and it was
Yeah.
gorgeous. That's one that I want to make.
Yeah.
And that sunflower pocket shawl.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. That
I would also like to crochet like a wrap, but what I do is fold, do quite a long one, fold it in half, and then have buttons here. so it kind of draped. Do you understand the type I mean? I've
Kind
never
of.
done one before. You know, kind of, so it's about 24 inches deep and about 60 inches long. And then when you fold it, so it just kind of drapes in a nice fine weight yarn. You know, for evening wear, you know, if you know, kind of you're going out somewhere, you know, like to a party or a dinner dance or, you know, something that's really elegant. And
Mm-hmm.
I might even do it in black with sparkle on it. That'd be
Mm.
really nice. Or red with a sparkle. That's got me thinking, guys.
Everything's always good with sparkles.
Yeah.
Now for me, when it comes to knitting, after I finish the shawl that I'm working on, I'm probably gonna work on designing a beanie that would be a fall beanie, and probably try to do some other holiday beanies to design after that. That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm. Definitely on my to-do list for Christmas. I've got I purchased an yarn advent calendar off Reggie. And so I'll be doing a video every day from the 1st to the 25th of December. And for Christmas, you know, it's Christmas advent. And I want to make a Santa's hat. So every time I do the video, I can wear the Santa's hat. That's what I want to do.
Last year, I had actually wanted to make a Santa, like the red and white traditional Santa's hat.
Yeah.
Now, I did make basically a certain green character with
Oh,
like the Santa hat, if y'all know what I mean.
yeah, I know. Beginning with G, the green fella, beginning with G.
Yeah, that's what I should refer to him if I would happen to like show the hat. At Christmas time, I'll refer to him as the green fellow.
Hi, Mimi.
Let's see. How are
Hi,
you doing today?
Jeannie.
How are you doing today, Mimi? And what are you currently working on? Okay, let's see. Where was I? Kelly was saying that they have a huge house and 13 acres for the animals to play on. Aw. And Susan saying that she couldn't get sleep last night, so she's trying to knit a shawl. Ooh,
Oh, good for
awesome.
you, Susan. Hi, Trisha, the knitting lady.
Hey
And
Trisha,
Zach.
how are you today? And what are you currently working on? And if y'all heard that noise, that's spring coming in. The
Yeah.
screen door sticks, so it makes a lot of noise when it opens and shuts. Kelly's saying, I have a lot to get done with the holidays coming up way too fast. 9 grandchildren to make gifts for. Oh, yeah, you're going to be busy. Deanna says, I have 2 sweaters started I need to finish. A blanket, a pillow that's so close to being finished. But this year and last has been so busy for me. I don't always have the time to work on anything. Aw.
Oh, just do a little bit here and a little bit
Yeah.
there, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's 10 minutes here and 15 minutes there, every little helps, Deanna.
And Lisa saying, I'm always working on a blanket, even if I make something else. I want to make a Lost Souls shawl.
Oh, I know
Nice.
that Lost Soul shawl is gorgeous. I've got the pattern and I keep looking at it and putting it away and looking at it and putting it away. Maybe one day I'll do it.
It's like I have so many patterns booked more. So I'm like, I'm gonna make that eventually. I'm gonna make that eventually. And Crystal says crochet. She has a few amigurumis in mind.
Oh, I love the amigurumis. Here's my favorite one.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's a ladybug.
It's so precious.
And she's got binoculars as well. This is Lottie. And she has her binoculars, see? They're to help her sleep.
And then Crystal says, for knitting, she wants to finish her second pair of socks, then start my mom some socks.
Good luck. Great.
Speaking of socks, and this is something else that may end up on my to-do list too, but I don't know if I'll get to it this year or next year or when. But I started, like someone had posted a bunch of stuff for Christmas. And I saw like Christmas sock patterns. So I have some of those bookmarked. And then I decided to see what do they have for Halloween. And I found a couple of sock patterns for Halloween. So that would be a cool thing to do with socks. Knit some holiday socks. And
hi, Nana Michelle. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Moriana.
See, Zach's here. And Moriana, like, Chris.
Darning.
No, Chris was already here. Yeah. Nana, Michelle, and Sanita. How are y'all doing today? And what are all of y'all working on?
And Chris says he wants to crochet a couple of ponchos. Also get started knitting the Ashton Shawl by Dee O'Keefe by participating in the CAL, which Linda Simpson and Gina from Knit and Tear Pike are hosting. Can't wait for you to start. Just take your time. There's no rush. You've got until the 20th. And if you've not finished before the 13th of November, don't worry about it. Just photograph it and let us see what you've done so far, and you'll be entered into the prize draw at the end.
Awesome.
But we want everybody to enjoy it, Connie. We want people to enjoy it. It's not a race, just take your time and enjoy the experience. And that. Oh, thank you. She's all mine. People have asked, are you giving her away? No. She's my little baby.
It's so precious. Trisha says she's still crocheting her towel. It is a sampler towel.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And let's see. Okay. Oh, Nana Michelle says she's working on her butterfly effect bottle.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question.
Okay.
Have you ever made a temperature blanket? If so, well, first I'd like to know if it was crochet or knitted, and then also what type of stitch you use for it.
Okay.
Where last year I made my first temperature blanket. That one was knitted, and the majority of the blanket is stockinette stitch, but I did a border all the way around to keep it from curling, and that was in garter stitch. And then this year I've been doing my temperature blanket in crochet, and I'm doing the granny stitch. And this one is in shades of blue. And like I had to do this one a little bit different because the granny stitch is a big stitch. So I had to adjust for that. Mm-hmm. So instead of doing one row a day, I'm doing 3 rows for the week.
Yeah.
Now, the only drawback is I don't have as much color changes because the temperature tends to average a lot the same for each week, like based on the season. So I have more color changes with the daily average temperature. Mm-hmm. So how about you, Linda?
I've never done a temperature blanket, and it's not something that I foresee myself making in the near future. If things change, maybe a couple of years, I might contemplate doing one. But at this present moment in time, it's not something that appeals to me. And I think it's got to really appeal to you because you need to put in the work to do it. I've never knitted a blanket. I've only ever crocheted blankets, and I think going forward, that's what I would continue to do, crochet them. I enjoy crocheting the blankets more. I do enjoy knitting, but for me, crocheting is just tipping the scales at the moment. But I enjoy both of them, but I don't see myself making a temperature blanket at all. But they always say never say never. Never say never.
Yeah, and everyone
Never.
has different tastes in what they like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
crochet and knit.
Mm-hmm.
Which now one thing, yeah, and this is something I have mentioned before, but at the end of this year, I do plan to make a video
Yeah,
explaining what a temperature is,
yeah,
and then telling everyone about my plans for next year's blanket. And I want to do a challenge for
yeah,
everyone, to try to encourage people to make a temperature blanket in 2022. And then probably like at the end of July of 2023, out of those that submit pictures of their finished blanket,
yeah,
I don't know, I might give it a little longer than that. I might give maybe till the end of February, because
yeah,
I know like you don't always get it finished right at the end of
yeah.
the.
Kind of people ask me, what is your thing to do? What is your thing? Like some people blankets, some people are shawls, some people are, for me at the moment, it's everything. I just want to make everything. I want to learn how to do everything, because crocheting is so new to me with yarn. So that is, people say, what's your thing? And I say, everything. Amigurumi, ponchos, shawls, sweaters, hats, cowls, scarves, you name it, I will do it. Blankets, at the moment, I've not kind of found my niche
I'm
yet.
kind of I mean, I have preferences where I like shawls is my favorite, and then beanies, and
Mm-hmm.
then probably ponchos now too. That I finally got around to making my first poncho, but
Yeah,
I want, I always want to do like learn different things. Like every time, like I make things, I like constantly challenging myself in some way.
yeah.
And let's see, let's get back to the okay. Trisha says no temperature blanket for me. I like to see what other people make, but I am not interested in one for myself.
Uh-huh.
And, and Kelly says I've never made a temperature blanket, but I might in the distant future.
Yeah.
And Deanna says I haven't made one, but would most definitely love to. I would crochet, but not sure what stitch yet. Crystal says I don't like very long projects. I like to get projects done in a timely manner. My Tunisian blanket drives me nuts because I have worked on it for over a year and a half. Yeah, that is the one thing that, like with blankets, that I do have a harder time with is how long they take.
Yeah.
But if I get kind of frustrated where I feel like I need to take a break, then I would like, find a little small, like probably a beanie pattern or something to do just to kind of break it up.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to ask this question, and I think I'm going to. Okay. So, as a child, what cartoons did you watch? For me, the only one I can remember ever watching and enjoying was Tom and Jerry. I grew up in I grew up in the Far East, and I can't actually ever remember watching television. I know the first time we came home to the UK, we went into my nan's. She had a television. I mean, it was only black and white because it was in the 60s, I think, 60s, yeah. And my sister and I thought we were at the cinema because she had this television, you know. So and even to this day, I'm not a big television viewer, you know, kind of. The television doesn't go on for us until in the evening when we watch the news and that. So Tom and Jerry is the only one I can remember ever watching, or Sylvester and Tweety Pie. I would say they're the two that I remember. What about you, Connie?
For me, I think my favorite was Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin!
I remember that. My kids used to watch it.
And then, of course, there was the Smurfs.
The Smurfs.
And I also like, I don't know if as many people will heard of this cartoon, but Jim and the Holograms. That was one that I loved. I don't think it was on that long. And it was supposedly based on a Mattel toy. And which they did do a movie based on the movie, but it was like a lot different. But yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, my phone's acting crazy over here. Sorry. But you had like Jerica, who had like this machine thing that her father left her. I think I know what's happening. My notebooks are hitting the phone. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, and she had like these store earrings, and then she would be like, "It's showtime, Synergy," and then she would turn into Jim. Sorry, let me get some water.
It's okay.
Okay, and let's see. Crystal says, but it is 200 stitches long and hurts my hands. I do like granny square blankets, though. They go quick for me.
Yeah.
And more.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah. I'm trying to say her name right.
Okay. Yeah. Moriana.
Okay. I was having trouble there for a second saying it right. So I want to say like Mariana or Marianne. Okay, Mighty Mouse.
Jetsons. Oh my gosh. Pink Panther. Jem. Woody Woodpecker. Pepe Le Pew. Roadrunner. Beep beep. Oh, what about Tasmanian What about the Tasmanian Devil, eh? Do you remember that? Or Speedy Gonzales, the mouse.
Pink Panther.
Oh, always like Looney Tunes. Yeah.
My favorite.
Hi, Laura Lee.
Hi, Laura Lee. How are you today? And what are you currently working on? My favorite Looney Tunes.
I think Moriana's called Linda. High five.
Oh, okay, Linda. I'm gonna try to remember that. But my favorite Looney Tunes character was always Tweety Bird. I thought I saw a putty cat. I did. Speaking of which, Sophie just meowed.
Hi, Crystal. Can I just say something for Crystal? Crystal, the Divergent Crafter. The video for Cast On and the KFB stitch for the Ashton Shawl is out on Tuesday, as requested.
Awesome. And how are you doing today, Crystal? And what are you currently working on? And let's see. Crystal, the yawning chicken and crazy cat lady says, meet me.
Oh, it used to drive me nuts. I hated that.
And Mimi says, Rocky and Bullwinkle the Moose. And Crystal says Care Bear and Tiny Toons. Kelly says Bugs Bunny, Sylvester and Tweety, Porky Pig, Tom and Jerry. Oh, Morven the Martian. And Crystal says Bugs Bunny has always been her favorite.
I put it at. I did. That's Sylvester and Tweety Pie. Top Cat. Oh, he was good. Officer Dibble. I always used to win over Officer Dibble.
Trisha saying there was a cartoon on when she was young called Top Cat. And Crystal says that she's working on finishing a virus shawl. Ooh,
Yeah.
I love virus shawls. And that's one thing that eventually I'm going to get around to finally making one. One day.
I haven't made any yet. Maybe next year.
And Laura Lee says she's working on the Ashton shawl and the knit blanket. And she says,
Laura.
she says
She likes the Smurfs.
And Mimi says, Dudley, do right. Oh, one thing I do want to ask everybody real quick. After I finish this video, I'll be filming on my Knitting Friday video. And for the segment for Ask the Biscuit anything, does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask Frank? So if y'all do, let me know in the comments and I'll jot them down real quick. And we'll ask him those questions hopefully today. Sophie's being talkative. Mimi says Felix the cat. Okay, so the next question is, what schoolyard games did you like to play as a child? And okay, there was of course, like Simon says, Red Rover, send so and so right over. Mother May I. Like the patty cake type games, the
yeah.
Chinese jump rope. Jump rope, of course. Mm-hmm. Then there was one year we played this game where we all formed a circle. We had our hands out like this, and like the other person's hands were like on top like that, and like you would go and slap their hand, and then they would slap the next person's hand. Yeah. And then when you got to the end of the little song that you were singing, like you had to try to keep the person from slapping your hand, because if they slapped your hand, then you were out. And I think if you didn't, they may have been out. I don't quite remember, but I just remember it. I love that game. Mm-hmm. So how about you, Lisa?
Linda. I enjoyed hopscotch. I enjoyed, two balls against the wall, and you had rhymes and that. Blackjack. What's it called? Blackjack, where you had the jacks and the ball, and you bounced the ball and picked up the jacks.
Pick up jacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly jacks, I think.
Yeah.
Jack.
Where you had elastic. Made elastic bands, and there were two of you, and you had to jump in and do all different things with it while the two girls were holding the elastics taut. You kind of, I can't remember what it's called now. Skipping, Kirby, where there were two of us. One stood on one curb, and the other one stood on the other curb, and you'd throw the ball to try and hit the curb so that the ball would come back to you. I think that's about it, really. Running, used to play tag, kiss the girls, when you're in school and whatever. That's used to. I mean, and the kids don't play that today, do they? They're more into the games, aren't they? Which is sad.
I remember the boys would always play marbles.
Yeah, marbles. I played them as well. I had some corkers. I had some lovely marbles.
And then like the hacky sacks.
Uh-huh.
Sunita says dodgeball. Laura Lee says kickball.
Yeah.
Linda says Simon says.
Yeah.
Kelly says
Musical
Foursquare.
chairs.
Oh yeah, I love musical chairs.
Hmm.
Kickball. Laura Lee says hot potato. Jody says hopscotch. And Trisha says double Dutch jump rope. And that's one thing I always like wanted to learn how to do.
Oh, I
But
could never
like,
do that. I used to end up with it. I used to end up getting battered with the rope. I could never quite. My coordination was rubbish.
and then you had to find those that would do the jump rope where they would,
Yeah,
have
I
that
mean, some
timing
of the
down.
girls were amazing. I was so envious of them, but I couldn't do it.
And Mimi says volleyball or basketball, street hockey.
Yeah.
Crystal says softball. Laura Lee says baseball or football. Okay. And Deanna has a question. Let me write this down real quick. Let's see. Because the one bad thing is that it's like most of the time the comments in the chat aren't available for like a day or two after the live, so I
And you
can't just easily go back to it.
Yeah, yeah. I used to love playing football as well, but English football. Used to enjoy playing that. And roller skates, I did that.
Oh, I loved roller skating.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to go, Connie.
All right. Have a good day, Linda.
Thank you all so much for joining us. And thank you, Connie, so very much for asking me to take part in this live. I'm sorry I'm going to have to go, but we've just got some visitors arrived, so
Well,
I need to get going. Okay.
thank you for coming live with me, and I hope you have an awesome day, Linda.
All right. Bye, everybody. Catch you all later,
Bye, Linda.
hopefully. Bye.
Yeah, I'll stay on a little bit longer, just by myself. I'll probably, I'll be wrapping it up in about 15 to 20 minutes, probably. Let's see. I'm still writing down this question, so just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. I'm almost finished. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Julie's here. Hi, Julie. How are you doing today? And Julie says, we played kickball on a paved lot. I played softball in high school and in women's league. Ooh, awesome. Oh, and Deanna has to go now. I hope you have a good day, Deanna. And Crystal says, also us neighborhood kids would put up a volleyball net every summer in the church field. Susan says, when I was a kid, I liked handball, jump rope, and tetherball. And let's see. Oh, Julie says she's been lurking and trying to upload a video. And now she's got to go too. Bye, Julie. I hope you have a good day. Okay. My next question for y'all is, let's see. Oh, this will be a good one. Are you ready for fall, and what part of fall are you looking forward to? Oh, yes, I am definitely ready for fall. I am ready for cooler weather. And of course, it's pumpkin spice time. I would say the beautiful leaves, but Louisiana don't get the pretty foliage. But yeah, definitely cold. The cooler temperatures. And let's see. Angela says the mom's cat. She's going to have some more babies. Aw. Crystal says yes, and cooler temperatures. Okay. Can y'all excuse me for just a couple of minutes and I will be right back. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Trisha says she's ready for the cooler weather. Yes, yes, yes. I am so tired of this heat. So yeah, I am ready for the cooler weather. Crystal, is it 2 or 3 o'clock that we do our Yarnaholic lives? I can't remember the exact time. But one thing I want to let everyone know, you remember how I've been telling y'all I've been wanting to do a day of games one time a month? I'm gonna make it the last Saturday of each month. So for the month of September, it's gonna be on Saturday the 25th at 1 p.m. So I'm gonna start doing that once a month, and I'll either give away like my patterns, and there may be times I might do stitch markers. We'll just see. Now, if anyone would want to make like small donations, y'all are always welcome to do so. Like if especially those that design patterns, you could do like a pattern to contribute, or some of y'all that make like stitch markers or something like that. Little inexpensive things. Um, but yeah, so on Saturday the 25th, we'll do a day of games. I'll probably have some Wheel of Fortune puzzles and probably a few randoms. And if I can come up with some other games to play, I would love to do that. So if y'all know of games that can be done on a live, let me know that. Angela says she'll be glad to see fall too. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the chat. And Laura Lee says our weather has been beautiful, but the smoke from California is so bad you can't breathe outside. Yeah, and it's like I hear that with all the areas that have the forest fires and stuff, and that has to be horrible. That like how y'all can't breathe that great with the air. Okay, and Jody has to go. Bye, Jody. I hope you have a good day. Okay, yeah, it's 3 p.m. I knew it was either 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. I'm like, sometimes my memory can be horrible. Okay. Okay. So on Sunday, September 26th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Five Yarnaholics will be going live again. And this month it's going to be on Stephanie's channel, Life in Stitches. So be looking forward to that, and I hope y'all will be able to make it. Like I said, we'll be announcing it more as it gets closer, but we will be doing it. We had to push it back a week because Lisa had something going on the week that we normally do it, but it will be on the 26th. And Susan wants to know if I made my hat. Yes, this is a knitted hat. I made this last year. Um, there's like the pattern that I found on Ravelry. There's like two variations to this pattern that you can do, and I actually made one for Frank too, but his is a little different from mine. Crystal says mine too. I understand. Yeah. But the funny thing is, normally when I can't remember something, I go to Crystal because she normally knows. I'm like, what's this? What's the name of this channel, Crystal? Or what time or what day is this? Oh, and another thing too, I don't know if y'all know about. Later today, I can't remember what time it is, but Jeannie with Butterfly Dreams Crochet and V with Stills the Show, and also Melissa with Melissa's Crochets with Love, they will be doing a live, all three of them together, later today. I think it's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I'm not positive on the time. So make sure y'all check that out. And let's see. Oh, moderators, if anybody would be interested in being a moderator on my lives, let me know that. Because I could always use more moderators. Also, I still have some dates available this month for people to go live with me for content creators. I still have Monday, the 20th available, Wednesday, the 22nd, and let's see, and Monday, the 27th. So if anyone's interested in going live with me on those days, let me know. Send me an email and let me know. Okay. I think I'm going to ask one more question, and then we'll finish wrapping things up. Let's see. Oh, I think y'all will enjoy this question. Are you planning to crochet or knit any Halloween projects? If so, what type? And I am planning to. It will probably be, it's going to be knitted because I'm working on those big blankets right now. But like I was telling y'all earlier, I do want to design like some Halloween type beanies. Then I may try to knit a pair of Halloween socks that I had seen. And actually that yarn I won from Melissa's giveaway a while back would probably be perfect because it's #1 weighted and it's Halloween colors. So I may try to knit another pair of socks. That would be color work, which kind of curious how that's gonna, be, if it'll be that hard or not. Crystal says she's going to make a witch hat for her and one for Pinksky. Aww. So, do you know which pattern you're going to go with for your witch hat that you're making? Or are you designing your own? And Laura Lee says, I have too many whips to make anything for Halloween. Yeah. Now, last year I was on a kick where I knitted a bunch of Halloween beanies, which come the month of October, I'll be probably wearing a different one on each one of my videos for that month. I'm trying to think of any other announcements I want to tell y'all about that I haven't mentioned. like I said earlier, will be filming my Knitting Friday video after we wrap up here. I know I'm late. It's like I should start calling my videos like Crochet Tuesday-ish, Knitting Friday-ish, because sometimes I am like a day or two late on my videos. Crystal saying for me, I will find a pattern, but I think I will just make one that I create for Pinksky. Aww. You should make Tom and Oreo some hats. Make them some cute little Halloween hats. But if they're like my cats, I seriously doubt they would wear them though. Let's see. Okay. I'm all caught up in the chat, and I think I've announced everything that I want to mention to y'all. Yeah, Crystal says they would hate me if I put hats on them all. Funny thing is, I don't think I could even get one anywhere close to being on Allie. I think she would get me with her little razors if I tried. But anyway, okay, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and say my goodbyes. So I hope everyone is having a fabulous yarny day. Be the light and bye.